The last chunk of the assignment, last type of assignment, and the biggest chunk of your grade is going to be exams. So testing will all be done on campus in person. They're all going to be on Thursdays during our Thursday on campus slots in room 141 of the science building. We'll use this room a lot. It's like a science classroom, a chemistry classroom. We'll use it a lot, so you'll be familiar with it. I'm not going to talk too much about the test until we get closer to the first test, which is next week. There will be a review for each test with associated solutions, well, some other review materials. There'll be 3 bonus points on the test score if you do the reviews. And again, the tests are going to be all on Thursdays. So basically, it's Thursday of week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5 for the final exam, and that's it. And generally, they'll cover the modules that we've done since the last exam, or cumulative. The final is going to be cumulative. It'll cover everything. It's not optional. You do need to take the final exam. It is going to count no matter what as part of your grade. We don't do exam makeups. It's just not really enough time in a 5-week class. I don't do them ever, but it's really not enough time in a 5-week class. And so to make up for that, your final exam can replace your lowest exam score. So it has to count. It is a part of your grade, but can also count as one of your tests. So if you miss like exam 2 or 3, we'll just count the final exam in there. Of note, for the final exam, that replacement, I only will do it if it helps your grade. This is something that helps you. If you get hundreds on every test and then kind of coast on the final and get a 75, I'm not going to replace one of those hundreds. Also, you have to have done 2 out of the 3 exams. You can't be replacing if you've missed a ton of exams, or if you have a 0 due to academic dishonesty. We're not going to be able to do this replacement. That's kind of going to be issues that are going to derail kind of the course performance. In kind of lead up and preparation for those exams, we'll have some what are called participation quizzes. We're going to have our first one this week on Thursday, June 4th. And so we have the participation assignments, right, which are a handful of questions for each set of videos. And the participation quizzes will be assignments on campus during the lab time. They'll be Thursday and Tuesday, whatever, that are going to cover topics just from the participation questions. So you're going to watch chapter 1 videos today and for the Tuesday set of videos, but the participation quiz will only cover the participation questions from that covers chapter 1. So that'll be the Tuesday set of videos, those participations. There's more topics in the set of videos on the participation. So this is meant to be a small assignment for you to prepare for. It gets you in the mode of studying, but it's also meant to kind of prepare you for the test. It's a low stakes. It is, I'm going to grade it whether or not you're right, but you're not, it's not worth a huge chunk of your grade. And so as a result, it's meant to kind of get you ready for the test, get you exposed to what the format of the test is going to look like. I kind of think about it as like a bridge. You have like the participations that are like purely completion, and then you take tests that are like very high stakes. So it kind of fits between those, where it is a higher stake, but you still have opportunities to learn from your mistakes, right? It's worth more of your grade and you need to get the answers right, but it's not worth anywhere close to as much as a test is. And so that's kind of the idea here. And so you can kind of get a sense of what it's like to take my tests. I'm going to write these like I write the tests, so you'll get kind of used to it. If you have any questions about these, as we approach these, I'll talk more about the formats and some things like that. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Otherwise, that's it for assignments. Just got some other kind of videos about other policies and other ideas.